Hi, this is Mrs. Micawber. Let's make a quick summery cowl. We're going to start with a reverse knotless chain. Wrap the yarn from the back to the front, over to the back. Gently chain 2. Find the back bump of the first chain. Insert your hook under the back bump. Single crochet. Chain 2, insert hook in the back bump, single crochet, keep doing that, chain 2, insert hook in the back bump, single crochet. What we're doing is making a nice decorative edge for our cowl. And here we are almost at the end of our starting decorative chain. If there's one thing as a crocheter that I simply can't stand, it is working into a long row of chain stitches. So we are providing ourselves with an alternative, a lacy little edging with handy holes to stitch into. You can make it as long as you like. However long you want your cowl, that's as long as you make your starting edge. Now we're ready to start the first row of the wide linked treble crochet. Chain 5, yarn over, insert hook into the back loop of the third chain, and then after that we were going to work into the first chain. Insert hook into the back loop of the third chain, pull up a loop, chain 1, insert hook into the back loop of the first chain, pull up a loop, chain 1. Now go to the handy hole, next hole over, insert hook, pull up a loop. Now we will complete the stitch, pull through 2, 2, and 3, chain 1. That's our first wide linked treble crochet. Actually there are 2 because that chain 5 counts as 2 stitches. To continue, yarn over, find the vertical legs of the previous stitch. We're going to be stitching into the middle and the bottom. Insert hook into the outside leg of the middle, pull up a loop, chain 1, insert hook into the bottom leg, pull up a loop, chain 1, find the next hole in your starting strand, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 2, and 3, chain 1. When you insert your hook into that first hole, take the yarn tail and just wrap it back over the hook. That will give you a little more security. Here we are at the end of row 1. We're ready to make the turn. Chain 5. With the front of the chains facing you, yarn over, insert hook into the back loop of the third chain from the hook, pull up a loop, chain 1, insert hook into the back loop of the bottom chain, pull up a loop, chain 1, insert hook into the third stitch of the row. Let me pull out my hook and we'll look at that again. You don't want to go into the first stitch. We're already coming out of that stitch. You want to skip the next one and go into the third stitch of the row, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 3, chain 1. And now you're ready to continue down the next row with wide linked treble crochet. Welcome back to the final edge of the Summery cowl. I have done 5 rows and I'm ready to finish. At this point you want to remove the hook that you have been working with and substitute a smaller hook. You can go down 1 or 2 hook sizes. This will keep your ending edge tidy and firm. If you use the same hook for your ending edge as for the rest of the scarf, your edge will probably be too floppy. To make the ending edge, chain 2, insert the hook into the back bump of the first chain, pull up a loop. Now turn your work. You want to skip over that first stitch and the chain stitch and insert your hook into the 3rd stitch over. Pull through all the loops on your hook. Chain 2, insert your hook into the back bump of the bottom chain, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next treble stitch, skipping over a stitch, pull through all the loops on your hook. Let's do one more. Chain 2, insert hook into the back bump of the first chain, pull up a loop, skip 1 stitch, insert hook into the next treble, pull through all the loops on your hook. And you see we're making a little scalloped edge that matches our starting edge. And here we are at the end of our final edging row. When you finish the edging row, cut a long tail because you're going to use that tail to seam your cowl. I cut mine about 14 inches, I think. Pull the yarn through. And the next thing is to block your cowl and then sew it together at the ends.